Holding deposits under the Tenant Fees Act 2019 are actually quite complicated, so we're doing a series of videos on holding deposits. This one is kind of the overview. There's then one on when the holding deposit must be given back, another one on when it can be kept by the agent or the landlord, and a final one specifically on false or misleading statements. So looking at it as an overview, the concept of the holding deposit is really skin in the game for the tenant. They're putting some money down whilst you're doing all the work to prepare the tenancy. Holding deposits are capped at 1 week's rent, and you calculate that 1 week's rent by monthly rent times 12 divided by 52. That gets you weekly rent. That is the cap. I would also say it's a weekly rent per tenancy, not per tenant. So where you've got shared properties like student properties, the maximum cap is 1 week of the tenancy, which you then have to distribute between the joint tenants. You can only take one holding deposit at once. If you take a second or subsequent holding deposit, that will be a prohibited payment. You'll be liable for the fines. Finally, we have to talk about the deadline for agreement, how long the holding deposit can be kept for. The government is expecting that agents and landlords go from taking the holding deposit to entering the agreement within a period of 15 calendar days. Now, entering the agreement means both parties signing the contract and the contract being dated. So you have to get to that point within a period of 15 calendar days. If you can't do that, then the deadline for agreement can be extended for whatever length of time that is agreed between the landlord and the tenant. However, that agreement must be in writing. If you don't have the tenant's consent explicitly in writing, then once you hit day 15, that will become a prohibited payment. So make sure you've got the tenant's agreement in writing if you're going to extend the deadline for agreement.